Module 1, Introduction to Anatomy and Physiology. Introduction. As you study anatomy and physiology, you're going to come to learn that the human body is incredibly complex in its design. In this module, you'll gain a general understanding of the basics of anatomy and physiology and its systems before we get into more detailed information. Well, because this course is titled Anatomy and Physiology, let's talk about what those words mean. Anatomy is the study of the structure of the body and its parts, whereas physiology is the study of how those parts function and work together. So, anatomy focuses on body structures, and physiology focuses on how those structures are designed to work as an entire system that makes up our complex bodies. Well, it goes without saying that there are a lot of components that make up a human body, so there are different ways we can study human anatomy. Developmental anatomy is the study of the changes that begin in the human body at conception and proceed into adulthood, or how a human develops as he or she grows. Embryology is a part of developmental anatomy that studies the first 8 weeks following conception. During this time, the changes are rapid and fascinating. Surface anatomy is a type of diagnostic anatomy where a physician feels your skin to see if there is any irritation, if your glands are swollen, or any other physical issues that can be seen or felt on the skin. This helps a doctor better determine what is going on. Regional anatomy analyzes, the regions of the body, focusing on specific areas. An ear, nose, and throat doctor or an otolaryngologist treats illnesses and diseases that affect a person's ear, nose, and throat. You will learn that these parts of your body are connected to each other, and when one area is affected by illness, often the other areas are affected too. Sometimes called ENTs, ear, nose, and throat doctors focus on the regional anatomy of the head area, specifically the blood vessels, nerves, musculature, and mucus production of these body parts. If you were to have a persistent earache, an ENT would be able to determine if there is a deep infection or a physical issue in your ear canal to help relieve the problem. For the purposes of this course, we will focus on what is called gross anatomy. And no, it's not gross as in unpleasant. Rather, I hope you will find that our bodies are designed in a fascinatingly complex organization that causes awe and wonder. Gross anatomy is the focus on systems you can see. Sometimes this is called macroscopic anatomy. Yet we will also cover some microscopic anatomy from time to time, observing cells and other structures of the body with a microscope. As you read through the modules, you will see that we introduce organ systems to you one at a time. This is called systemic anatomy, looking at groups of organs which have shared functions. One body system we will learn about is the nervous system, which is made up of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. All of these components work together to send information to various parts of the body so it can function properly. The final type of anatomy is comparative anatomy, where the anatomy of non-human species is studied in order to better understand how the human body works. The dissections you will perform in this course are a form of comparative anatomy. For example, the cow heart dissection will expose you to the components of a heart so you can see how it works. Cow hearts are quite similar to human hearts. The parts are similar in design. So after going over all these terms, you can now see that we will have an exciting year ahead of us as we learn more about the amazing complexity and design of the human body.